Oh, here we are again. Here we are again. Let me just adjust this a little bit more. Oh my God. All right. How's everyone doing? Here we are, Sunday evening, live at the Nagual zone. I'm Anaam. Hope you got some friends along. In these times, we can use all the knowledge that we can get. We can use all the encouragement and togetherness that we can get, So, what is the topic today? What was the topic? What did I say the topic was? Topic was opinions versus reality. That's right. Opinions versus reality. I'm actually trying to get someone to cut my hair because I've been cutting my own hair. Everything is in lockdown. Lockdown in this country, in Great Britain. So I think I've done a decent job, but I need some trimming done, man. Anyway, this life isn't about my hair. Reality versus opinions. So on the surface, we know, of course, opinions, reality, obviously. We need to always focus on reality, and opinions are worthless. The thing is that, here's the strange bit, which really boggles the warrior. Everything about the average man's world really confounds the warrior many times. It certainly does me, and I know that it used to really confound, especially the Don Juan's generation. And what confounds me about this statement, opinions versus reality, is that if you have a room of 100 people, room full of 100 people, right? And you ask them, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is more valuable, reality or opinions? Almost everyone will say reality, reality, reality. But every one of them will and is living as if opinions are more important. Think about it. Think about what I just said. It's all good to nod and, watch videos and read books and better myself and gain more knowledge. But if we are living not according to common sense, really common sense, then it is very not confusing but confounding for at least for the Toltec warrior, because it's just like, well, surely that would be obvious, right? So why? And you are actually agreeing with me. You're agreeing with this principle, reality versus opinions, yet you have not even lifted one finger to actually live like that. How amazing, how stupid are you? So it is my wish that this live stream, anyone who's watching, anyone who will watch, you actually make the changes. Make the changes that get you to understand that in real life, in your actual life, opinions and reality are two very, very, very separate phenomenons. Your self-importance will convince you that opinions are reality. It will. It's its greatest party trick in your head. You can verify this. Everything I'm saying and will say in this live stream is verifiable within a short time in your life. You can verify it. Check your opinions, especially when you're having conversations and, evangelizing your particular opinion on everyone else and the whole world, preaching your bullshit, basically. Like I do in these videos, I preach my bullshit. The only difference is I never believe it. I never believe my own bullshit. Anyway, so whilst you're preaching your own bullshit to the world, they're called opinions, verify in yourself how real they sound to you. In your head especially, oh my God, they feel like you're talking about reality. You're not. You're just evangelizing your opinion. Reality is a whole separate train on that other track there. You're on the opinion train, thinking you're on the reality train. That's the problem. That's what self-importance does, right? Reality cannot be accessed by opinions. Just can't do it. Impossible. It's like being on one train that is going east, expecting that train to be the one that was going west. It's completely insane. Imagine if you met a passenger on a train and you ask them, where are you going? And they say, well, I'm going east. And you go, also they say, I'm going west. And you go, yeah, but this train's going east. And the answer comes back, yeah, well, I'll end up in the west because this train, is definitely going west. And you go like, well, that's not reality. Your opinion is not reality. The reality is this train is going west, right? So it's the same thing. Self-importance is hilarious. It'll make fools out of the most intelligent people. You can have these PhDs. It's one of the reasons I'd never take on apprentices. I actually literally asked them. I sent an email when people approached me for apprenticeship. And one of the questions I asked them have to do with, do you have a prefix in your name which has like Dr. Dr. John, or a suffix which has Dr. John, PhD, or double MMD, FF 339, whatever the hell these idiotic white nonsense is called education. If someone has that, I reject. They've already disqualified themselves. They have qualifications in the average man's world, but they are worthless in the Toltec world completely, because by the time someone has acquired a PhD, they are so far gone into the system. They were so brainwashed. They've gone so deep. The matrix has them so powerfully that really it is, oh man, it's so work to de-brainwash these people. It's so real. They're in that thing where whatever they are a PhD of, they're really in that thing. You get exceptions, but I'm no one's savior. I don't give a shit. If you're that, just get out. I've got other people waiting who I'd rather take on, that kind of thing. So be wary of your brainwashing. Your self-importance is going to give you the wrong impression about you every single time. Now here's the problem with opinions. Could that PhD individual not be anecdotal? I don't really know what you mean, diffractions. Explain that a bit more. Here's the problem with opinions, right? And reality will never do this to you. Opinions will do this to you every single time. They will either make you self-righteous or they'll make you feel like a victim. Again, think about what I just said. Think about it. Your opinions will either make you feel self-righteous, I am right, I know I'm right. Diffraction is saying, could this individual be somebody who has a genuine curiosity with this type of information? Yeah, see, this is the problem, diffraction, is, I'll come back to what I was just saying, but I'll just answer this. Do you think I give one rat's ass about someone being curious about whatever? Do you really think that? Do you think that's why I take on apprentices? Or any genuine Toltec warrior will take on will pass on their knowledge just because someone is curious. Now, someone can say, yes, Castaneda started out very curious, and he was curious in something completely different, which had to do with power plants. But Don Juan was able to rope him in and teach him some very crucial knowledge, right? In this day and age, this is not that time. And I'm not that person. I can only talk about myself. That PhD, they're curious, they're lovely, they're beautiful, they're walking Jesus Christ on earth, they're very, very curious. Good for you, knock yourself out and go find another benefactor. I'm not the one. That's what I can say about that. Take it or leave it. That's the way the cookie crumbles when it comes to me. And I'm not even like some big shot kind of deal. Do you know what I mean? Amongst benefactors, I'm just someone who's a random geezer on YouTube that you guys are watching. I think, right? So coming back to that, your opinions, verify this. Really, watch yourself. Just watching yourself will free you. So if you have a purpose in watching yourself, it'll be even more potent. In the next coming week, watch yourself and watch your opinions. Your opinions will be doing two things to you. They'll be masquerading as reality. In other words, you'll be convinced you're describing reality. But that's real. Oh, but don't you listen? I'm telling you what I know, it's right. It's all. So your opinions will convince you that you're describing reality to yourself and someone else. And your opinions will also either make you self-righteous or make you feel like a victim. Right? Watch this in yourself. Watch your feelings, how you feel. And you will see. And if you get these two, it's education in self. You'll be surprised to know that most humans in this day and age have no clue when and what is self-righteousness. They have no idea. That kind of inner ability to be in oneself has been pushed out completely by the saturation of the scrolling culture. Instagram, the scrolling, you're so full of shit. Stinky, smelly bullshit. Actually, bullshit has uses, human shit has not. This scrolling culture, that there's no room for actual wisdom left, really, literally, in the minds of people. Very few people. So it's a real act of power to even find out when am I being self-righteous and when not. The victim side of your opinions is easier to spot. You know how? We all know when we're feeling like a victim. It's a feeling. It's a feeling of disempowerment. Self-righteousness is very hard to spot. It really is. It really is. It's one of in this day and age, it's self-importance's greatest playground. Look around you. Self-righteous all over the place. Everyone. You don't wear a mask. Why don't you wear a mask? You should get the jab. And what? Same thing. You should get chipped. And then the same thing. You should get Neuralinked. And it's coming. That shit is coming within a decade. Neuralink. Let me give you a little pro tip. There's a good cop, bad cop scenario, right? So when people want you to comply in the police station, you're caught doing whatever, or they arrest you and they want to comply, the bad cop will come first. And the bad cop will threaten you and say, whoa, 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 wave his fist in your face, even beat you or whatever. And after that's all said and done and you don't say anything, the good cop will come. He'll say, I sympathize with you. Do you want a cigarette? I'll get you a coffee, and they'll get you to comply that way. The good cop is the more dangerous one out of those two. It's the same in this scenario. You have Mr. Bill Gates. YouTube might censor this stream. I don't really know. I don't care really. You have Mr. Bill Gates, who's a bad cop. Everyone hates him. Everyone knows what he's up to. He's completely like, And then you have Mr. Elon Musk sending those satellites up there. You think those satellites are his little toys? No, they're not. They're there for preparing the Neuralink structure that's coming, the network. He's the good cop. He's the lubrication in your ass. Mr. Elon Musk. He's the guy to watch. Bill Gates is small fry compared to what's coming. Anyway, aside. I should never really have mentioned this, because now people will just spout opinions. And let me tell you, I just gave you a worthless opinion, completely worthless opinion. So take it like that. And verify that your own opinions about what I just said, verify them. Are they making you self-righteous or are they making you feel like a victim? You'll see, one of the two effects. There's really nothing else that can happen with opinions. Now someone can ask, well, what about reality? How do we access it? And how do we get away from our worthless opinions which take up, oh man, you know how computers slow down over time? Because you've down all those cookies and all that junk that is fragmenting your hard drive. There's a defragmentation of the hard drive, all this thing. That's what happens to humans. As they get older and older, they get stupider and slower because of all the junk in the mind, man. Whew. And all that junk takes up RAM, takes up energy. Opinions are like that. They take up so much energy. Oh my God. They even manifest as headaches, physical headaches. I got migraine, I got headaches, I can't sleep, insomnia. There's even a word for that. Yeah, just the word is you're full of shitty opinions. That's all. You're full of shit. That's what's happening. That's why you can't sleep. And you think you're a big shot preacher evangelizing your opinions to yourself and to the rest of the world. You see, we all do it. We all do it. The warrior trains rigorously, and the word rigorously and relentless is very important here. You know why? Because the sheer brainwashing power of the predator. The apprentice has to spend a lot of time moving from opinions to reality. How does the apprentice do that? The apprentice does that by emptying themselves of their opinions, leaching those opinions out. Like cobwebs, take them out of your mind. They are covering reality with a veil of bullshit. And practice inner silence. Practice just being. Just being. When your mind is tranquil and it is just like a boat at rest. It's not doing this with your opinions and volcanic energies are bloop, bloop, bloosh, bloosh. Explosions aren't going off in your head. Your mind is calm. You're not really concerned about what you think and what others think and this think and that this and that thought. You're just relaxed. You're chilled and relaxed. The average man will say, oh yes, I do that when I have my smoke. I do that. Smoking is a sacred activity. Oh, yes. The warrior will go, what a fool. I was reading a comment. I was going through my previous comments in some previous videos today. And there was one guy who had written, something to the effect of stalking. I guess in this day and age, people are getting better at stalking because of micro doses of these drugs. Micro doses of these drugs. There's the word psycho, whatever. Psychedelics. Because of the micro doses of psychedelics, thank you, look within. People are getting better at stalking. I was just like, this was a comment that they made 7 months ago. And I replied, yes, thank you, Gabriel. I'd replied, crutches don't make for legs. Crutches don't make for legs. It's my verbatim comment answer on that. And the self-importance rose up and the self-righteousness rose up, and it's all there. I won't tell you which video and I won't tell you which user, because what's the point? But go and check it out if you can be bothered. And the self-importance came through. Oh, who do you think you are? Mr. Warrior, Mr. Who know it all. It all came out. And I was like, you see, that's all it takes. Just challenging one's little fucking opinion about micro doses of psychedelics. This geezer has no idea what stalking means. He has no clue. He's high on micro doses of psychedelics most of his life. I can tell you exactly what this geezer's life is like. The copy-paste human, I can tell you exactly. I can tell you the level of money they have. I can tell you what jobs they've probably done in their life. I can tell you their physical build. I can tell you what they look like. It's that level of copy-paste. And these people come on the channel. They don't want to listen. All they want is to listen so that they can have an opportunity to evangelize to themselves about their own church. They're their own church, they're their own religion, and they're their own congregation as well. It's brilliant. Opinions will do that to you. This gentleman is just an example. This is in all of us. So watch out for that. I would like you to watch out for this. Or your opinions, let's recap this. Your opinions, first of all, will masquerade as reality. Really, they will freaking convince you that you are describing and narrating reality. Right? So watch for that. You really need to be very careful with that, because it will do this to you. It will hypnotize you. Secondly, those opinions, your opinions will make you feel self-righteous. What is self-righteous? Self-right. Righteous. I am right. I am right. I know I'm right. I'm right. I'm right. Self-righteous. And the other side of the coin of that same energy is, and it can vacillate as well. The same self-righteous people have feel like the biggest victims. And reality is a completely different train, which is made up of inner silence, a tranquil mind, a mind that is open and available, a discerning mind, sharp, alert awareness. That's how you access reality. That's how we make our system, our awareness, and that's how the warrior beckons power. Really, there's no power in opinions, so warriors don't bother with them. I mean, I have opinions a dime a dozen. I really do. I love them. I love my opinions, but I never believe Black Eagles and Anaam sounds a lot like Bruce Lee. I wish. Now that was, wow. He is definitely one of the humans I personally, I mean, admiration is a small word. There should be something more that, like, wow, how much have you given? Anyway, digress. So, watch yourself. Don't fall into these pitfalls. Like a warrior, avoid this nonsense within yourself, right? And simply, it's very simple. It's very, very efficient. Stay with reality. Let opinions be there. No need to quash anything or be a tyrant to your opinions now because you've spent 24 minutes watching this silly live stream. Right? No need to be a tyrant to your opinions. Let them be there, but do not believe your own bullshit. Right? Just don't believe your own bullshit. You'll be happier. Your headaches will disappear. Your insomnia will disappear. If you're fat, you'll become thin. If you're thin, you'll get your ideal weight. Your big fucking belly will disappear if you're got big belly, you stop snoring and disturbing everyone when you're sleeping at night. Amazing things will happen if you drop your opinions. Your blood pressure will go down. That stroke that was coming 5 years later will no longer happen. But anyway, so let us know in the comments what your opinion is about this live stream. And I shall see you next week. What was I going to say? Should we? What do you guys think? Do you like the video format? That's what I wanted to ask you. Do you like the video format where I, have these videos and edit them and then chuck them up? They take ages to upload. Or do we just do live streams? I personally prefer this live stream because it's immediate. We are together, even though, it's in this day and age, this is what together means, sadly. But it has its advantages. So do we continue with this? Or do we have a bit of both? Let me know what you think. And I'll be happy to... I'm loving these lives because I just put the camera on, the phone on, and I just go. It's less hassle for me. I get to talk with you guys on the spot. Both. Lots of people saying both. Oh, that editing, man. Who wants to do editing for me? No, I'm joking. I'd like to do the editing myself. Live equals reality. Yeah, fair point. I like that. Fair point. Video, I can manipulate your perception, you see, through editing. And I do that all the time. I've gone on record saying that on the videos that I am stalking when I'm doing those videos. In the live, the stalking is very... the stalking is more spontaneous, more immediate. So now our opinion matters, absolutely. It always did. Just don't believe it. There you go. So, walk in freedom, everyone. Lots of love. Thank you for attending. And I shall see you next week. Either live or video, I don't really know. We'll see. Bye for now.